Well, good evening, Tiger Nation, and welcome to a winner go home matchup tonight. It's the first round of the 11th District Softball Championships between the visiting Lady Hornets from Hancock County and the hometown Lady Tigers of Breckenridge County. And I am Rob Garrett, joined tonight by Tiger One himself, Jonathan Bennett. Hey there.
Hey, hey, hey. Good to be here tonight. Lady Tigers are normally the home team on our home field, but Hancock County took both games of the regular season on us. They got the 2 seed in the district tournament tonight, so you'll see us batting first. We'll be the visitors on the scoreboard, but getting ready to get started here, and hopefully we can get some things going here early and hopefully often tonight.
Yeah, it's a different wrinkle now where there is no more, well, we can fix this for tomorrow because tomorrow may never show up. Given the results of tonight for one of these teams, that's going to be the reality.
And you talk about results, everybody knows, everybody's 0-0 this time of year. It doesn't matter what you've done up until this point, but strange things have happened. So Lady Tigers have definitely played better at Lady Tiger Field this year than they have away from the field. So hopefully we can see that again here tonight.
And with the, if you're looking for some optimism for the home team, it's difficult facing the same team the third time in a season. So says Arms loops that one. Bit of a potential miscommunication between shortstop and third base, but they sorted it out.
Up to the plate, number 14, Zoe Lewis.
And Zoe Lewis is going to step in. Hitting second this season. Had some time away, sort of mid-year, but she's come back and been a positive spark in her return.
Yeah, Zoe pitching tonight too, so got the pitching duties go along with batting second.
That's going to be fair, but well fielded at third, and Hancock County getting quickly through the top of the first so far.
Third for the Lady Tigers, number 11, Mallory Lucas.
Pitching for Hancock County tonight is 7th grader Riley French. I think I've seen her pitch about 5 times this school year. She pitched middle school ball, and now a few times here against us in the high school season, but does a really good job. Won't overpower us tonight, but a really good pitcher. Throws good off-speed pitches. As Mallory Lucas gets into one right there. Go ball.
And that's going to clear the fence. Lucas said Hancock County's working a little too quickly through this inning. Let me just take a first pitch over the fence.
I love it.
To draw the first run across the plate.
And like I said, French is not overpowering. She likes to get ahead in the count and throw junk pitches and try to get you to chase her pitch, but that pitch was right down the middle. Mallory did with it what she's done a few times this year. Not a whole lot of power out of this Lady Tiger team, but Mallory, Josie, too, have a little bit of power there, and just did what you had to with that pitch right there. And Mallory's been our best hitter all year long, one of the best hitters in the whole district there, and she showed it tonight.
Yeah, and if you talked about being unconventionally hitting first here at Lady Tiger Field, that is going to be a – Hancock County may have thought working that quickly through those first 2 batters, all right, we're out of this, but now it's uphill.
Yep.
So now it's time to change the mentality. And for the Lady Tigers, that's just what they wanted and needed, an early boost.
Get out.
And that ball caught in foul territory, but the already storyline in a quick top of the first, Mallory Lucas going straight center. And it has to be said, it's on a pretty dead wind kind of day. That was just all power.
Oh, yeah, all power. And her power is that way. She hits a lot of hard balls right up the middle and hits balls in the gap. She does a good job staying on it and did a good job right there. So hopefully we can come out here, throw some strikes, make some plays. Hancock County's going to put the ball in play. They don't hit a ton of home runs, but there's not a weak spot in their lineup 1 through 9. They're going to Bailey Estes leads off for them. She's their only senior, I believe.
You are correct.
Has played a long time for them, and I think maybe signed to go to Center College maybe next year.
Okay,
I think that's right.
The Colonels, I think.
Yeah.
In Danville.
Yep. Facts are optional here tonight, but I'm almost about 75% certain about that.
Yeah, and she's hitting 436 on the season, and out of your leadoff batter, that's incredible. And then you add to that 9 walks. When she gets on, she has got 28 steals.
Yeah.
So it's
she is the best in the whole district at handling the bat. She's a slap hitter, but just great hand-eye coordination, super fast, just knows how to play softball. She's really good out in center field. I'm glad Mallory's ball got over the fence because she was right there.
She tracked it well.
Right there
yeah.
tracking it. Yeah, she's a really good player. Aside from her, though, Hancock County's young, a lot of freshmen, middle schoolers. But as she goes, they kind of go. So we've done a decent job of keeping her off the base this year, but she's always a threat to get on base and steal some bases.
And right here since she's leading off, that's a chance for the Lady Tigers to make a play. You say that if make the routine plays, from what we've seen with Breck Live this year, when the Lady Tigers do that, they can hang with anybody.
Sure. Yep. Our last game, Owensboro Catholic 2-1, going in the top of the fifth, I think, and Catholic scored some runs there. But if we can throw strikes, make routine plays, we'll be just fine tonight.
The first pitch ball. Maybe the most impressive thing about Estes all season, she has struck out 4 times. That's
wow.
it. I couldn't. I might have done that in a game. Go 0 for 4 with
the old
golden sombrero. Yeah, sometimes. I would say it happens to everybody, but not her.
No, not this year.
As that's in play, should be a routine.
There we go.
Out. And you look for anything in a game like this to give you a little boost, and getting her out, that's no small feat.
And with as fast as she is, if she hits the ball on the ground anywhere on the infield, she probably feels pretty good at beating it out. But
yeah, she almost
the one
beat that
spot
out.
she almost beat that out too. But Mosby has really burned us this year. She's hit some really hard balls against us.
Yeah, 357 on the season. But just let the defense work. If the strikeout's not there, trust the defense.
Unusual day here on top of the hill here, but the wind not blowing, maybe just a little bit, but not going to be a factor, I don't think, today.
Yeah, kind of give you a little stuffy feeling in the seats, whether you're in the bleachers, camp chair, or bucket.
There you go.
It's a stuffy day out there.
Bring your own bucket to the ballpark.
We'll
just
give that
whatever works. Whatever works.
And don't make that an acronym, though. People might get confused. All good, though. 3-0, though. That's not ideal from a Lady Tigers standpoint.
No, not ideal, but you also don't want to give Mosby one right down the middle because she can do some damage.
Yeah, finds the plate. Lewis there, 3-1.
Left field playing deep, right field playing a little shallow. Not sure what the scouting report is on her, but
yeah, maybe she pulls it far.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Straight into the gap. She thought about rounding, but nice, not delaying any relay throws or getting it in.
Yeah, Peyton Kennedy's probably got our best arm in the outfield, playing center field for us. Did a good job coming up and fired that into second base and kept Mosby at first.
And here is Audrey Carnes, 390 on the season. And she's got a weakness, though. She has struck out 14 times. Runner's going. Oh, close. If that was in the glove, she could have been out. But just off the spine.
Yeah, you like to see Mallory kind of get up in front of the base a little bit instead of straddling there, I think. I don't know if we would have gotten her, but at least gives you a chance to catch it and maybe get the tag down. But
yeah, give that umpire a chance to make the call, make him make the decision.
They're going to run, though. They've got a pretty fast team. And Carnes, I believe, maybe hit a home run against us last time.
That's in the air. Nice. Oh, keep that in front there.
There we go.
Kennedy made the good decision not to charge in as the ball came into the air.
Well, and if you ever talk to an outfielder, especially center fielders, the hardest ball to catch is the one that's hit right at you. And that ball was hit right at her, but she did a good job of just kind of freezing and catching it and getting it in.
Yeah, why do you think that is difficult? Just kind of gets in your head?
Well, it's just you don't know if it's hit on the barrel, if it's hit off the end of the bat. You're just not sure how hard it's hit sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed this year the grass out there in center field is kind of well worn in a straight line. That's hard hit on the ground. Mitchum, nice. And the Lady Tigers get out of the bottom of the first with some solid defending. And you got to think at a game like this, you can't win it all in the first. Just keep making those little steps.
Absolutely. And especially with Zoe, Zoe's not an overpowering pitcher, so they're going to put the ball in play. They're going to hit some hard balls. This is a type of game for us. We have to make routine plays, and we may have to make a few 50-50 plays too. So that wasn't an easy play there by any means. So, but Josie started out playing center field for us this year, but made the switch to third base just because we needed more consistency over there at third base, and she's done a really good job stepping into that role.
Got a good arm to get it across, and
you know they call it the hot corner for a reason. She's not scared. She'll stick right in there and do what needs to be done, and has a good strong arm across the diamond for sure.
And those are the kind of plays, if the Lady Tigers have not made, that's what hurts them through this year. But
correct.
It's always think I'm going to make a bold prediction. If the Lady Tigers commit 0 errors, I think they're going to win the game.
Okay.
No errors is a victory. Because they're good enough. The bats are solid if they're working, and now with the lead.
Sure. And you know, we're going to put the ball in play too. Like I said, French is not overpowering. We're going to hit. And we've got some team speed too, but
yeah, Josie's definitely going to be making contact.
It's not going to be a 1-0 finish. I would put some money on that too, if I were a betting man.
Sure.
I like early that we've been aggressive early. If it's in there, if it's a good pitch, let's swing.
Well, this is the game for that. You're not going to be able to pick it up tomorrow if they don't.
As Brent Musburger said on Waterboy, you know, there's no holding back now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think it was Musburger.
Who would you rather have commentating your big moment, Musburger or Keith Jackson?
Yeah, I'd probably say Jim Nance.
Well, that wasn't on the test. Love a write-in.
Actually, Harry Carey.
Okay.
Yeah. or Will Ferrell as Harry Carey. That might be my one choice.
Back into the
good at bat.
Net. Yeah, Josie's only got the 9 strikeouts on the season. She very consistently puts it in play. Sadly, for some of our Breck Live content, she hits it hard, but right at a defender. But we also have seen her clear the fence.
What, twice this year, I think? Is that right?
I think you are correct. And in fact, I know. And that off-speed pitch.
That's what French does. She wants to get ahead in the count and throw balls outside, try to get you to chase, and then throw that change up there.
Well, Kennedy steps in, fresh off some solid play in center. You talk about Hancock County having a young group. So, too, the Lady Tigers, very, very youthful when you think about the future.
Also just one senior on the roster.
That would be Avery Drain, the senior. Nice to see her in the lineup tonight. As Kennedy swing is missed at that one. Down 1-2, and this is B where French might try one of those patented off-speed offerings. But that one just a bit outside. Straight back. Now, it will not be on Breck Live, but just across the sidewalk, concourse, I guess, tonight. The first round of the baseball district tournament. First pitch scheduled for 6 o'clock. Meade County and Hancock County with the winner playing Breckinridge County. That's 2 strikeouts this inning for French. And she seems to have settled down after the home run. Good sign, especially from somebody who is just now in the middle school ranks. Does Hancock County's middle school, they start at 6th grade or 7th?
I don't know.
Sorry to hit you with that curveball.
I do not know.
I was going to say she's just set foot in the building, but
yeah.
I don't know. Somebody knows.
Hey, again, facts are optional tonight. We're just
2 outs now. This is Marianne Coleman. That's in play, but routine. Unable to add to the lead, but with the defense playing well, you don't need to. They may have heard your bold guarantee of this will not finish 1-0 and said, all right.
Did I say guarantee?
Well, I think you said if you had money.
Okay.
Yeah, which I would assume is a guarantee unless you're just frivolous with your cash.
Well,
You're like, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but I'll throw
not when it comes to high school girls softball, I don't suppose, but
no.
and the,
That is sorry to interrupt you, but that is becoming more at the higher levels, more mainstream in the country.
Yeah.
Sports wagers.
Yep.
But certainly not here.
Who we got coming up here?
This looks like for Hancock County, number 19, Ava Riggs. 365 on the season. 31 hits, only 7 strikeouts. So
They don't strike out much, do they?
they don't. And
That's kind of been one of our bugaboos too, just swinging and missing a little too much. But
Lucas still able to get it up and in time. That's a nice play because Riggs was not slow down the line, but Lucas stayed with it. And that throw, the difficulty level obviously rises when it's not a clean field, and she did very well. I think that's a good sign.
she did a good job. When you bobble the ball like that, you want to keep your eye down on it. Don't pull your head up before you get the ball in your hand, and she did a good job of securing it and then getting rid of it.
And this is Madison Higdon. Yet another Hancock County Lady Hornet over 300, 325. Like you said before we had the first pitch, no weak spots in their lineup.
What grade is she in?
Higdon is a freshman.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's catcher for him. Big, tall girl. She's good-looking player for a freshman.
Hancock County, for the past few years, has been a softball just right there with one of the best in the region.
Right, and, a lot of that reason is for she's at Campbellsville now, but their star pitcher they've had for a few years.
Lily Roberts.
And the kind of the big question was, what are they going to do post Lily Roberts era? And they've come out and done just fine.
They're not looking back.
They don't have the dominant pitcher in Roberts, but they've got a good team and got good pitchers and good culture and good coaching. And
it was a close pitch. Some of a maroon-clad persuasion may have thought, that was a good pitch. I would have probably swung at it myself as a batter, but she swings at that one.
Well, as a former catcher, and I don't know if I don't want to speak for the umpire here, but I feel like catchers get a little bit wider of a strike zone, or a little bit tighter of a strike zone, I guess you could say, when you're batting, because you develop that rapport with them as you're catching. So I don't know if that's the case right here, but
it's on the ground towards Lucas. Another clean job. Out. The defense is there. You know, you talk about being a former catcher, building that rapport. Let's say you were talking to a young catcher. What's the first step towards good umpire rapport? What do you do first?
Well, you got to play the game. You got to talk to them. You got to ask them how their day's been. And, you know, try to find out who their favorite team is, what they like, and just talk to them. Have good rapport with them. And if there's a pitch where you maybe don't get the call early in the game, you know, you don't turn around and cuss at them or throw your hands up or hold the glove there for 10 straight seconds and show them up. So most of the time it's just like anything else. If you show them respect, they'll show you some respect, and it can go a long way.
And there's no 2 pitch.
Not that I ever did any of those things as a former catcher, but.
Well, I guess you got to do what you got to do.
Well.
The game within the game.
Absolutely.
Lewis in a great spot here. That one's just fouled back. This is Waltrip in there. Jordan Waltrip, also a freshman. .275 on the season. Does have 13 strikeouts, which still doesn't seem like a lot in the context of a season. That's hitting the gap. But she's going to stay at first. Has that throw gotten in quickly?
Good job cutting that off by Ava Arms. Coach, I talked earlier, Ava's playing super deep. Our right fielder's playing shallow, but a ball in the gap gives you a chance to cut that off and get that in quickly is what she did there. Would have liked to have seen a better 0-2 pitch there, maybe get her to chase a little bit, but nonetheless, we've still got 2 outs and got to make a pitch, make a play here because House can hit the ball.
She puts it in play. Mitchum fields it, and we are out of the second. It's kind of like you're carrying something very heavy for a long distance. Just don't think about the destination. Keep one foot in front of the other.
Are you describing your trip over here with the Breck Live equipment from the high school? Or?
It was either that or carrying that tent the other night at the baseball game versus Grayson County. That was a haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told you for a few years to get something on wheels.
We got the one. We've got the one. I said we need a second thing.
Uh-huh.
That red tote is the sentimental tote from our first year. And like we've said before, don't go looking in it because you'll probably find some stat sheets from the first year, as it is quite messy. But, yeah.
11th district tournament. Lady Tigers playing well. Tom Petty on the tunes. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, I bet the Lady Tigers, they will not be backing down in this one.
Absolutely not.
Could be looking to, I'll save the petty puns. I was about to run through about 6, but we'll pace ourselves.
And, you like to say they're probably running down a dream tonight trying to get that district win.
For sure. And a berth in the regional tournament. That's a good one. That's a good one. As this is Avery Drain in the box. Nice to see her back.
First game back since, I don't know when her last game was.
It has been a while. She's only been, on the ground. Third base, looking to make the play, gets her. And I was going to say, this is her 9th game of the season.
Okay.
So that shows you how long she's been out.
Talked about Avery being our lone senior, just graduated Saturday night, very active member of the FFA and done a lot of good things for our school. So we're going to definitely miss her next year. Just a great kid, great student athlete for us.
Ridenour first pitch. That is out. And so Arms coming back around at the top of the order. Nobody on, 2 outs. I think, actually, this isn't a thing. You just can't think about outs and be like, let's just get a hit.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. Don't put that extra pressure on yourself.
you got to play it one inning at a time. Just try to win every inning and win every at bat. And if anything, of course, we've had a couple quick at bats this inning, but we've made French work.
Oh, Arms going to have a chance to beat this one. She did. Fleet of foot down the line. Ava Arms on with 2 down. And Lewis comes in.
Ava's gotten better with every game of slapping the ball, getting it on the ground. I mean, Riggs is playing, or is that Riggs at third? Yes, Riggs is playing even in, but even with that, if she gets the ball on the ground, she's super fast. Like to see her take off here, too.
Oh, that is high in foul territory, just down. I think she was a little panicked about being out there, Zoe, because she carried the bat with her down the line, forgot to drop it.
Pedro Serrano style there.
Yeah. We're hoping for last game of the movie Serrano action.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
but now she's down 0-2. This looks like start of the movie Serrano. Well, that's the third strike, so the run is stolen base is immaterial. As we head to the bottom of the third, still with the lead, but couldn't add to it. And we'd hate to, this is one of those stats you got to track, but it's not a pleasant one. Leaving runners on base in a game that looks like it's going to be close, you'd hate to be losing by 1, 2 when you had people on.
Yeah, when we get runners on, we've got to take advantage of
sure.
opportunities. Them not as much, but we've done a good job so far, limited them. So at this point, you're kind of telling yourself they've got 5 more at bats, but one inning at a time, and just try to put up zeros. And even if you give up a run or two, no big deal. You just want to try to avoid those big innings. You can chase a run or two, but it's hard to chase 5 or 6 or 7 at a time. But
right.
Who's up first for them? French.
Yep, that's French.
So 9-1-2 for them. So it's every inning's a big inning. This is kind of a big inning. They've seen Zoe once already, so kind of know a little bit more about her this time. But definitely a big inning here for the Lady Tigers.
And if French gets on, we'll likely see a courtesy.
More
runner,
than likely, probably Carolina Jones would be my guess.
Which would be bad news with Estes coming up. So this is can't take any at-bats off.
And French, like I said, just a 7th grader, but this fall I saw her park one over the left field fence in the middle school game, so she's got some power.
Yeah, 324 on the season.
She got any home runs?
Not at the varsity,
level.
But
hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. I know for her, she's thinking this would be a good time for my first, but don't want to be – I don't know. Did you ever step into the box and think, I'm going to try to hit a home run? You just let it happen?
I think everybody probably has a time or two, but I can honestly say I've never done it when I've wanted to do it. No,
okay.
You just got to get in there and try to get your pitch and put a good swing on it, and what happens, happens. Most of the time when you try to do it, you end up doing a little too much and popping up or just swinging and missing.
Sounds like a helicopter overhead, some of our outfield looking up at the sky. Don't do that. It's a good pitch from Lewis. She's looking to record her first out of the inning and be 1 out closer.
Oh, good pitch. Good pitch, but French did a good job of just fighting that off, fouling it off, and just living to find another pitch here.
You never know in such a close game. Any moment could be almost with Lewis getting the glove on it, but French, job done. She's on. She's fired up. She's high-fiving. Here's the courtesy runner. You are a clairvoyant fella.
And I go ahead and say she's probably going to be off to the races on this first pitch because she might be the fastest player on the field for both teams.
There she goes. There is a play, a chance to get her.
Ooh!
Oh, it was very close. She may think twice about running again, as that was that had to be close and well thrown, well caught. Jones sliding in head first, a fearless play by her.
I'm not so sure. I feel like it was a changeup. I couldn't tell 100%, but.
Oh, no. As that throw gets away, Jones will score. Estes heading to third. Got to get that. And sort of the first mistake of the night. The bunt was a good one. It just had a little backspin on it and just died. Still could have made the throw, but sadly.
Number 7, Aubrey Mosby.
And I've talked before about and I don't know this from experience. I've never pitched underhanded, but it's got to be weird to be an underhanded pitcher and have to catch a bunt and throw it overhand to a base. So it's a weird thing to do. You're rushing yourself because Estes obviously is super fast. Marianne was moving to cover first, so that play looks a lot easier than what it really is.
Definitely.
But again, one run, you gotta just forget about it and just try to get the next out. And
right.
Even if they get another run, no big deal. You just got to limit this to 1 or 2. And
because you do have, coming up next to be Lucas, who has shown she's got it done.
Right.
She could be looking at a potentially multi-home run game. That would be awesome for the home team, visitors on the scoreboard standpoint. Got to get my mind around that.
And the longer this game goes, where it's close, the more pressure is on Hancock County.
Oh, for sure.
We've got really nothing to lose. We're not expected to win this game. They've beaten us twice.
That's always you mentioned earlier, throw the stats, throw the records out the window, and so there is that creeping fear if you are looked at from the outside in as the favorite, and then when it starts to look like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a game. Oh, that's between short and third. That was just hit it where they weren't.
Yeah.
Run scores. 2 runs in this inning.
So 2-1 now. But
Play number 8, Audrey Carnes.
here's Carnes.
Runner on first.
Mosby at first. And now think of this game like a seesaw. The momentum has shifted. There goes the runner. Not in time on the throw. And now up to scoring position goes Mosby. Just keeping it manageable. But they are quick around the bags. 2-0 now. And, Lewis, first 2 innings, able to make good pitches, get the defense to make the plays. Just got to think about that, although that's another shot through that gap. Runner's going to come around and score. It's now 3-1. As that's been they're just finding that gap between short and third.
Up to the plate, number 15, Bella Bryant.
Carnes with the single.
I talked about before this inning started, they've seen Zoe once. They kind of know what she's got. So normally that second time around is where you make some adjustments, and they're not doing anything special. They're fighting off bad pitches, and the good pitches that they're getting, they're just hitting it where we're not.
Here's Bryant stepping in. still no outs. Is this inning threatening to be a big one? Believe in the first at bat, Bryant hit that hard ball to third that Mitchum threw across. And this is all to play for. You know, thinking about the Lady Tigers, I feel just like they're due a game that's going to be down to the wire. You know, maybe nobody from the outside is giving them a chance, because they work hard, and they're not going to be throwing in that towel just yet.
No.
As Bryant takes the base, 2 on, no outs, as
Runners on first and second.
Hancock County looking to extend the lead. Here's Riggs coming back in.
I don't know if she'll bunt or not, but you got to be thinking she could potentially put a bunt down here. She's 0 for 1 on the night, so.
Infield is certainly back.
Yeah, I'd like to see Josie come in a little bit more, but yeah.
Yeah, because a bunt single in this situation would be a.
Well, even if you don't get a single, you advance the runners,
right.
And you know they're just trying to scratch across a couple more here.
No bunt this time, and she goes down 0-2.
I know it seems like forever ago, but you know, going back to Riley French's first at bat of the inning, we get 2 strikes on her, and she fouls off a couple really tough pitches. You know, if we can get a strikeout there or pop up there, 1 out, no runners on, like
changes
the whole complexity of the inning could potentially change.
It's the little things. So many little things in this sport. You know, coming from the soccer side of things, that's little things matter too, but it's always happening. Like the ball's always in play, and you feel like you can impact the game. But there's just, like you say, the couple of foul balls that were not strikeouts, and that pitch a little high, that's going to advance the runners. It's a different mindset playing a game where there is no clock, where there is no guaranteed time frame.
Yep, that's the thing about baseball and softball. You have to get 21 outs. You can't just hand the ball off and run the clock out. The game's not over until you get that last out.
No victory formation. We're seeing a similar at bat here, a couple of foul balls.
Yep.
Last time, French, and even on that hit, like Zoe's glove was inch away from catching it, or even knocking it down and making the throw. Just so many little things. That one in the dirt fills the count.
I thought it hit her.
It looked like if it had stayed in the air,
okay.
it was headed for the knees, but it hit the dirt. Will they still give a hit by pitch if it hits the dirt first?
Yep. I think a misconception for a long time was when the ball hits the dirt, it's a dead ball or something. Well, if it hits the dirt, good play, Ballard.
Nice. No real chance to double off a runner. As smart base running from the Lady Hornets, not taking off, but great snag at short. You were saying something about a dead ball?
Well, if it hits in the dirt and the catcher misses, it's not dead ball. So, no, it's not dead when it hits the dirt. But big play right there. And, again, we're only down 2 right here. We needed a line drive out, get a strikeout here, maybe a pop fly or something. 3-1 is a lot better than 5-1. And there you go.
Well, that'll definitely drive it to 5-1. And that is I think I'm going to get you to say something like, and Mr. Garrett's going to find $10 million in the backyard because you're saying stuff that's coming good.
Well, but at the end of the day, you just got to tip your cap to Hancock County. I mean, aside from the error that Zoe made, which didn't kill us too bad at the time, but they've hit the ball. I mean, we've made pitches. That ball got under PK's glove in center field, but they were going to score 2 runs regardless, so it's not a big deal. But you just got to give them credit. They're a good team. They're a good hitting team. They're fast. I mean, they've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it looks like Ava Arms is going to take to the mound. She is by far the most used pitcher of the two. Only used 2 all season. But Ava has thrown over 1,900 pitches, which is quite a lot.
Yeah, I think the thinking going into the game was they've seen Ava a couple times. Haven't seen Zoe as much. Zoe has pitched pretty well here lately. But Ava throws harder and will most of the time throw more strikes. But it'll be a different look for him. So
right.
Again, hold him here, and who knows what happens.
Still not too much, but I mean, you were like 3-1. Looks a lot better than 5. Wow. So.
I was trying to talk her out of hitting it to center field, but she wasn't having any part of it.
And we're ready to get back underway. This is Waltrip in there.
Over the plate, number 12, Jordan Walker.
Still 1 out. Run on second. Ooh, close. Waltrip kind of standing straight up. If she just bends her knees a little there, that's a sore one, but she would have made it via the hit by pitch. Now, 3-0. You know, Ava's probably used to starting games, and so this is a little different feel coming in mid-game. 4 pitches puts Waltrip on.
And, you know, it's a district tournament. You know, we're hosting at our field. Lots of people here tonight, so she's amped up probably a little bit more than usual. Just need to settle down here and find her rhythm and throw some strikes and see what happens.
Yeah, this is House back in, 0 for 1. Ground out to third earlier. You can feel it from up here. The mood from the Hancock County dugout has changed.
Yeah.
That is a shot deep. Oh, it gets over Kennedy's head. She makes the throw in. It held the runners. That's kind of a surprise that nobody scored on that, but
it's a long single.
that was a long. I thought we were about to see a little Willie Mays out there, which would definitely be the best catch you've seen all year if she would have pulled that off from the Lady Tigers, or one of them, one of the best.
And there just goes to show House is their number 8 hitter, and you know, hits one to the base of the fence in center field. And
we are back around.
Yep.
As French is, if she does what she did, it'll drive in a run. And Estes has got to be licking her chops down there, thinking, "Oh, please." Arms looking to make something happen. Got the strike over the plate. That's 3-1. And don't really have the luxury of the open bag here.
Can't nibble right here. Just got to throw it down the middle and let her hit it and see what happens.
Well, here it comes. Big moment.
Yeah.
That walks in a 6th run for the Hornets,
Run comes in for the
Lady
Hornets.
Hornets.
Up
And
to the plate, number 9, Bailey Estes.
now Estes, you say that she's going to hit kind of that slap style, and she bunted in her second at bat. Is she just going to swing here, or is she still going to be kind of true to herself?
She's primarily a slapper, so even when
Okay.
she's swinging, she'll slap it, but I wouldn't think she would bunt here. 5-run lead, bases loaded, 1 out. We usually shade her into the left center field gap, but Kennedy's straight up. Now she's kind of going that way.
I'm telling you, you say stuff, and it's happening.
I've watched this play a time or 20 this year.
There we go.
Estes using that Easton Ghost.
Mm-hmm,
Very popular in the softball world.
Yes, yes.
Of course, I don't have to tell you anything about baseball and softball bats, do I?
Well, you know, I got the next one. You just wait. Oh, almost from drain, but that's going to score one. Another nearly moment. It was hit well.
Coming up to the plate, number 7, Aubrey Mosby.
It's one of those we have to play the infield in, to cut down any more runs. But
Right.
if the infield's back, it may be a chance to catch that line drive there. But they're just hitting it where we ain't.
You know, I feel like I've flown overseas and I'm looking at a tree that I don't recognize. I don't recognize this bat.
Oh, is that right? Check
Yeah.
it out here.
Help me out. Orange grip
That's-
area.
Yeah, it's a DeMarini, it looks like. They've got a few DeMarinis.
Well, there's a headed to the second. Good tracking it back was Coleman. Gets that second out.
Round number 2.
Yep.
DeMarini. Okay, how?
Up to the plate, number 8, Audrey Carnes.
Carnes has got a DeMarini there, too. You see it a lot in the younger softball world, but the Ghost is the more popular bat. But you'll see a few DeMarinis here and there.
DeMarinis. Okay, well, you can't hold that against me because I hadn't seen them. That'd be like they put something on the test. We didn't talk about this in class.
Well, you said you were doing some research. I just
I
thought
did,
you had
yeah.
researched DeMarini.
I should have.
Where is that pitch at? Oh.
It's 1-1. Carnes can hit well. That was, I guess, low. Now with Hancock County, they put up a 7 so far in the bottom of the third. Not ideal. For them, it is. On the ground, it got just off the glove. It's going to score one. Throw's coming to home. And nice defensive throw there from Pike to save a second, but still damage done. This is Bella Bryant.
2 outs coming up to the plate. Number 15, Bella Bryant.
This is okay.
Kind of surprised they held Jones up there
I
with as
know.
fast as she is.
Yeah.
But it's really good throw out there by Pike.
And that's high. It's popped up. Lucas ranging
There we go.
and out of the inning. So that it's a big 8 spot for Hancock County and
8-1 over the Lady Tigers.
Lady Tigers. They've scored. They've I believe earlier this season, maybe their season high. They put 20 on. Was that Butler from Louisville?
I believe
Butler.
so. Yep. It was a long time ago. I think it was during spring break, right?
On a weekend. Yeah. Saturday.
And
So
again, I'm sure Coach White's telling them we're not going to get all 8 of those back at once. Just we've shown we can hit French. Got Mallory leading off here. Obviously, she can hit her. She had a home run last time against her, but she's got to put some good at bats together, try to score a few runs here and there, and see what happens.
can't be sure, but I think I see recent BCHS graduate Bailey Brown just walked up and having a seat in the Hancock County seats. I mean, how about that? They graduate on you and then just
Come on, Bailey Brown.
right up in the center. Sunglasses. Yep,
She's
confirmed.
she's related to Carolina Jones, so we'll let that one slide.
Gosh, you do so much for them. Give them that degree, and then true colors come out.
Starting things off for the Lady Tigers, number 11, Mallory.
Here's Lucas. The home team, home fans will be happy to see her coming up. That was, yeah.
Good pitch.
Yeah, that was the slowest pitch of the evening. A quick 0-2.
I'm curious to see if she's going to throw it again or try to sneak a fastball by her. That fastball will have to look 80 miles an hour now after seeing those two.
Yeah, I don't think she'll go fastball. Too risky. Well, whatever.
Now
it went over the plate,
now
though.
she'll go back with the changeup.
Okay.
That was just to set the changeup up again.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, look out.
Go ball.
She connects. Oh,
Ah.
oh my goodness. Can you say what a catch?
I told you.
Because you said on the first one, she was right there.
Yep.
And that time, Estes able to, since it was in the park, just,
She's as good as they come out there. Like I said, been playing for a long time for Hancock County. Going to play at the next level at Center College. So she's a good one. Gets good reads off of it, off the bat. She's fast. So
yeah, got it done. I wonder at Center College, will she play center field?
I'd say it'd be hard not to. I mean, she'll be in the outfield somewhere, but
yeah,
she's your prototypical center fielder. Oh, Kate.
Pop up to short. 2 down.
Up to the plate for the Lady Tigers, number 23, Josie Mitchell.
Now Mitchum, 2 outs. She's looking to start who doesn't love a 2-out rally? Everybody loves a 2-out rally, except for the team giving it up.
There you go. Go overhead.
That's going to go into she's going to at least get 2. Might think about 3. Almost slipped, but she's coming into third, standing up with a triple. That's what you like to see. The field looks a little damp. I don't know if that affected her as she rounded first, or she was just really amped to leg it out.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit more water over there between first and second than the rest of the field. It hadn't dried out real well, but nonetheless, good at bat, good approach there. Ball's outside. She drove it that way and got a runner on third with 2 outs.
Trying to chip away. Kennedy saw that one for a strike. That's 2 strikes quickly. The 0-2. You don't want to talk about leaving runners on. This will be another one if things don't work out. Pitch on the way. Ooh. 2-2. And that's going to end the top of the 4th. Hancock County headed back to the dugout. How many years did you coach baseball?
I was the head coach here for 4 years.
Okay.
I was assistant for, I guess, 2 before that.
So maybe not. The answer to this might be never, but did you ever find yourself in a game like this as maybe like a postseason and you gave up a big inning and like trying to settle down?
Well, so my first year as a head coach, we went down to Meade County, Meade Olin Park, and got up on Meade County. I believe it was 10-0 after
Oh,
2
wow.
innings, and they came all the way back and beat us. I want to say it was 11-10 was the final, maybe. So, yeah, I've been in one of those games, but it was on the it was on the wrong end of it. But
Yeah. Wow. So you say that was your first year as head
yes,
coach? Wow.
and we kind of overachieved a little bit late in the season with playing pretty good baseball, but kind of showed our true colors a little bit there the last few innings of that game. But
Here comes Riggs. On the ground, Mitchum, she's there. And throw in the dirt. Riggs is going to go to, well, May could have had third, but stops at second. And just not the ideal start. Here comes Higdon. Now, I don't know. I'm going to firmly admit ignorance. I don't know this bat, but I kind of like the complementary pink and blue colors.
well, it's not a ghost, so I'll give you one guess what kind it is.
Well, that is. So when you say not a ghost, you're leading me to say it's an Easton something.
No, it's
Oh goodness.
it's
Okay.
a DeMarini.
Oh, I should have like a correlation. If it's not something, just when in doubt, DeMarini.
Well, if it's not a ghost, chances are it's probably a DeMarini.
Okay. Well,
There are a few Louisville sluggers out there, but you won't see too many at the high school level, which is kind of strange because you see a lot of those at the baseball side.
yes.
But
Maybe that's my thing. I'm better with the baseball bats. I'm trying to save face.
Coming up to the plate, number 12, Jordan Waltrip. Courtesy runner.
Waltrip steps in with the classic blue DeMarini. 100%.
that's it.
But 2 on now. No outs. Waltrip hanging in there, freshman. Gosh, this team, they'll be pretty good for a little while.
They will.
Oh, that's a lovely pitch.
Good change up there by Ava.
Yeah, it just kind of floats in. Finally have a good count, 0-2. They're approaching if the outs run as they do, if Waltrip gets on, we'll see Estes again. Well, we've been fortunate with the weather tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh, very close, very close, very close on that pitch. I was going to say earlier, or about yesterday, a couple days ago, might have seen some rain in the forecast, but
Yeah, kind of
it's
watching
laying
it all
off.
day today. I don't think we're going to get as lucky tomorrow, but definitely got lucky today.
Well, we got an out.
One out.
Runners
Base runners
on the corners
Up to the
for
plate,
House.
34, Ansley House.
It's House. It's French. It's Estes.
Of course, House last time hit one to straightaway center, hit the base of the fence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one. Oh, and heads up base run. She might have hopped there, but
Well, and the unfortunate part is, you know, she went first to third, but you've got an umpire and a batter standing right in the way. We can't throw the ball to third base.
right.
I don't know that Kate was paying attention, but
Well, she had gotten back to get the ball for sure.
also it'd be nice to just get out of the way.
Yeah, and I know when she came in, Josie had the ball in the glove, and she did she? It doesn't matter, but got to watch out, jumping up off the bag, be out. Saw that in a college game. I can't remember who though, so I won't try to think out loud. Well, 1-2 now, House. And I know that even though the score may be a little lopsided, what that point you bring up about having that opportunity to make that throw to third, that still matters. We're going to see a tag and finish from Waltrip. Nobody on now.
Up to the plate, number 35, Riley French.
As it is 10-1 now after the sac fly. That pitch that just really goes high, is that by design?
Yeah.
Or the one that got by earlier?
Yeah, it's just a changeup. And the way you hold the ball, your hand kind of goes the opposite direction this way, and if you hang on to it too long, it just it's physics just kind of floats up there.
So instead of having the hand under the ball for like a fastball, it's on top of the ball. You sort of flick your wrist up and out.
Yep, I believe that's right.
That is a
sounds good anyway.
Well, that sounds like if I tried to do it, I'd throw it to the moon.
I'd have to go to Matt Mattingly for some PT for 2 weeks probably.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever had any golfer's elbow or anything.
Oh. It's a good effort out there from Pike. It just drops in. French is going to go to third. There's a chance to get the, well, no, and Pike maybe a little shaken up and left. She certainly didn't shy away from making the attempt, and then even after that, staying with it to get the throw in.
And you talked about earlier about this team not giving up. The two Pike twins, we've talked about it a lot this year, but they give 110% no matter what the score is, no matter the situation. And she's made some incredible plays this year, diving for balls like that. But I promise you, they're not gonna slow up if there's a fence nearby, and they're not gonna not dive just because you're down 10-1. So you love to see the effort, and just missed it by just a few inches there, but very, very tough, very, very gritty softball players.
Yeah, they were telling me they might come out for old football.
Okay.
So hey, encourage them if you see them. Because I like it.
Follow the footsteps of another set of twins you had a few years ago that made the switch.
Yes, and that Estes, I mean, she was just, like you say, we didn't even get time to talk about her before she drives in the 11th run.
Up to the plate, number 7, operating Mosby.
Yeah, you know, we talked, they've got a young team, a lot of talent, but you can just tell that it all starts with her. You know, center field, lead off, she's a tremendous player.
And even the game, like her first at bat, recorded an out and that set a tone for a little. That is, got out of the inning, and now the Lady Tigers are in got to score territory. And it's been runs been at a premium since that Mallory Lucas shot in the top of the first.
Yep, as we said earlier, there's no holding back now. Do or die. French looks like she's coming back out.
Yeah,
again,
trying to go the distance. I guess Bryant, if Hancock County advances, might be the go-to in the championship game, or at least they've thrown her a lot this year.
I don't know who they don't guess they technically have an ace because she and French have both thrown quite a few innings, but
yeah,
I don't know. I can say this much: whoever it is, they're going to have a tough task because as good as Hancock County is, Meade County is just as good, maybe a little bit better offensively and fast and got power and got a little bit of everything. And they've split during the year too.
And that game scheduled for tomorrow at the time of speaking, but have to keep that forecast.
We're definitely watching the weather for tomorrow. Doesn't look good, but.
That's a way to start the inning. Coleman, first pitch single.
Coming up to the plate, number 18, senior Avery Drain.
Yeah, Marianne only with, 5 hits on the year, but a lot of those have come here lately. She's been on kind of a tear the past 2 or 3 games. The last time we played Hancock County, I believe she hit a ball in the left center field gap for a double, I believe. So
She's somebody that might hate to see the season end. She's just coming into form. Here's Drain, the senior. Ooh, that was a lot of contact. Just foul. Got around on it quickly.
Coach White might need to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get back in that box a little bit further. I've never been hit by a softball, foul ball before, but I'm sure it can't feel very good.
I wouldn't think so.
He's probably a lot tougher than I am, though.
You were talking about that golfer's
go,
elbow.
Avery.
Nice hit from Drain, the senior, getting it done.
Got a little something cooking here.
Coming up to the plate, number 8, G-Money, Gretchen Rindow.
And Gretchen coming up, I was going to say this earlier, but she swung at the first pitch. Only 11 at-bats on the year and just 1 hit, but it seems like she's hit the ball hard about every time she's batted in varsity games. I think that's why she's in this spot here.
Yeah. And this is, she's showing bunt. Gets it down. Move the runners around. Hey, now you got 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. And here's Arms. Hey, let's go.
And, you kind of think, why are we bunting right down 11-1? But I think Coach White's just trying to extend the game a little bit, try to get a run or 2 across, and if nothing else, just try to get this thing into the 5th, maybe 6th, maybe 7th inning.
Yeah, and that would could be the catalyst for a comeback.
Yeah.
This was started by the bottom of the order. All 3 players executing well. 2 hits and a nice bunt around. No net. That was in the window. That was instinct. Just kicked in. My hands came up.
You see Hancock, you think their infield's in to cut the runner off at home, but Ava's a slap hitter. They're just trying to get in as close as they can. They know if the ball's on the ground, they have to get rid of it quick, try to get her out.
It's going to loop over.
Loops one over the second baseman's head because of it.
Scoring 1. Initially waved home, but Drain's going to chill. We will play the bottom of the 5th, and this is positive. Wouldn't it be great? Talk about this as the game, the district 2025 district game. Yeah,
the game.
The game. The game.
Stranger things have happened. We've put the bat on the ball. We've had really good at bats this entire inning.
Woo! Just a little foul. That one gets into the bullpen out there for Hancock County. You know, I wonder if they are thinking about making a change.
Yeah.
Maybe not yet.
She's playing so shallow. The ball that Josie hit overhead, you know, and Zoe hits the ball over there, just get one overhead, maybe in the gap, and
Oh, it's going to find the outfield. It's going to score another run. Oh no! Oh, and that is a tough break, but a run does cross the plate. Lewis goes to second on the throw. Arms thrown out at third.
Under the plate for the Lady Tigers, number 11, Mallory
Lucas, she's put the bat on the ball incredibly well tonight. 2 to deep center. One of them just over, and one of them just not. So if I'm French, I might not come right at her. I don't know if I would. Oh, that looked like it was there.
Oh, I don't know if Mallory was just thinking she wasn't going to get any good pitches, but that ball was right down the middle there.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. I wouldn't throw her another strike. I would try to get her to chase. I wouldn't throw her any change-ups over the middle. I would just try to get her chasing pitches. You got first base open. Well,
it's high.
So much for that.
Yeah, very high. A little too high.
Whew.
But it does extend the game. So at this point, put a 0 up there for the bottom of the 5th. Put another 2 up there, top of the 6th. Another 0, and then let's do it.
Yeah, and you know, we've got a young team. We've struggled this year. They've run-ruled us. They run-ruled us twice. Yeah, they run-ruled us twice. So just to extend the game within the game is, you know, is kind of a big deal. If like what you said, put a 0 up there and just keep going. So, but like you said too, going into every game as a softball or a baseball game, most coaches' goal is just to knock out the starting pitcher and just see what they've got behind them. So if we can knock out French, get Brian in the game, get somebody else in the game, who knows what happens. I'm supposed to be playing music right now and not doing a very good job.
Are you the DJ?
Quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it just creates tension, you know.
Mr. Mitchum here might sing a little tune for us, but
yeah, he could.
Did a great job on the national anthem before the game. Hats off to him on that.
Yeah, you did. Here's Carnes. We've seen the lineup a lot for the Lady Hornets tonight. They've hit through it several times. His arms looking to inside. Got to be ready, especially defensively. Just got to be thinking, it's coming to me, coming to me. That could be the worst thing if comes at you and you're not prepared.
Yeah.
Nice by Lucas. The throw in time. There we go.
Runners out at first. Going up to the plate, number 15, Bella Bryant.
Bryant with the looking like the slate gray DeMarini.
I guess they use more DeMarinis than I first thought.
That'd be all they have. Foul ball. They have a couple others. Looks like a blue and white one on deck. Circle. straight back to Arms. Makes the play.
There we go.
Foul number 2. Coming up to the plate, number 19, Ava Riggs.
It's Riggs
2 outs on the board.
with 2 down. You just wish you could take that 8 off the
Yeah.
scoreboard,
Yeah.
because other than that, it's been a nicely contested game.
You know, I talked about it earlier, but we go back all the way to that inning, the Riley French, the first at bat. It's just like,
Yep.
and people will probably listen to this and think that's crazy. It's just one at bat, but that to me changed the whole complexity of the whole game.
It's like one of those chain reaction or butterfly effect situations. One little thing can play it out.
And then, you know, once they got a couple runners on, scored a couple runs, you could just kind of see just they relaxed. They just started playing their game.
Now on deck, got the catching gear. Now you're a catcher. Are you hoping to hit here? Like you're ready to got your gear on?
Always.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I said it wasn't a little frustrating though to have to deal with the shin guards and all that. But
so you can't wear those in the batter's box? Is that a?
I don't know if you can or not. Never seen anybody do it. So most catchers like myself aren't really the fastest runners in the world. So we need all the help we can get when we do hit the ball. So I wouldn't.
I guess that's right. It would be almost like running in armor.
Yeah.
But Hignan shin guardless.
Good pitch.
And you can hear the crowd. Nobody's left yet out there in
by far
Maroon.
the biggest showing of Tiger Nation this year. Good to see. I think Hancock County's got fans going back and forth between the baseball and softball fields, which I learned today. Other districts, they don't host baseball and softball at the same place.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. I just kind of assumed everybody did.
Hmm.
I guess we're just smarter than everybody else.
It's
It's the only thing I can figure out. There we go.
Out of the inning, 0 on the board. Come on. You're going to talk about this game for years.
This is it.
I mean,
you can't win the state championship without winning that first district game.
That's true.
Got to start somewhere.
And that's something to remember for any of our high school sports, the way we do it in Kentucky, where it doesn't get broken up necessarily for all sports by class. I know football does, but only one team ends the year at the top. So you got to think of all the heartbreak along the way. But that's just sports for you. And if you don't like that, well, maybe sports aren't for you.
Yeah, are we the only state left that has one basketball champion? Is that right? Or is there two? And I don't want them to ever change the Sweet 16 because I think it's not broke. Don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But you do look at some of these other sports. I mean, you know, Hancock County, for example, a much smaller school than Meade County. They're smaller than us, and they have to compete. Cloverport has to compete. Doesn't matter, you know, what the sport is. If you're going to have a team, you got to compete against schools that are 10 times bigger than you. So, and the sports where you have 9, 10, 11 players playing at a time, like you got to have a lot of kids to choose from, and it just makes it difficult. But it is very unique.
And this is, you know, a couple of 4s would tie us up. I think that's good math. You certainly don't want to leave it for having to do 8 in one go, although I would say, hey, if they can do it, we can do it, if it came to that.
Mm-hmm.
2-1. Pitch on the way. Bend on the ground through the hole. Job done there. Now, is she going to go put on the gear? Or?
Yeah, I hope we got a courtesy runner for her. Probably Carly Pike.
Could you fake a courtesy runner and then head off to second and be like, like don't say anything, just be like, put your hands up or something, then just sprint?
I'm not sure Ava Kate's fast enough to get to second.
That would be
nor would she have the energy. That's a long 60 feet there. There you go, Josie. Go, ball.
Mitchum, the ball's traveling.
Oh, don't catch that.
House. Oh, man. I think her height helped her get that one.
I think she backed up a few steps because Josie burned her the last time. And if she's in 2 feet, then she doesn't catch that ball. But good job. Good job tracking that and catching it there.
Runner's going. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, come back.
Uh-oh. Had to be maybe a hit and run put on there, or do you think it was just tough break?
Yeah.
It looked like she was going on the pitch, so that has to be a communicated situation. And then maybe it's maybe a take sign, not received, or just a hit and run that was in the air.
It's hard to tell. I do know that Pike left, and I don't normally watch this very closely, but she left about 2 seconds too early, and the first base umpire was right on top of it, so it may not have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
But Peyton is very aggressive. She's going to be swinging, so if it were a hit and run, it's part of it.
Well,
hit and run is one of those plays. If it works, you look like a genius. If it doesn't, you get doubled off.
Hancock County has a chance to end it if they were to plate 2. Lady Tigers, of course, wanting to get one more chance. This is going to be Waltrip. Arm still out there giving a good account of herself in relief.
Yeah, she's done a good job. She still hasn't. You can just tell she's a little bit off throwing balls that are not anywhere close to the strike zone here or there, but then she'll come back and battle and throw strikes and get some outs.
(2-0) now. Certainly would like to retire these 3 and avoid Estes again.
There you go.
As just foul. That kind of tailed away into the don't really want to call it the warning track. Is it warning track in the foul territory? Yeah.
Yeah, it's warning. You're being warned that the fence is nearby, so
yeah.
It's a warning track. Ooh.
That is a called third ball.
Yeah, that's the type of pitch right there where it's hard enough to pitch against this lineup, but you're not getting that pitch on the corner right at the knees, makes it hard.
Yeah, now unless there is a double play situation, Estes will come in again. First pitch swinging, Kennedy tracking, makes the grab. One down, French in.
Could see a double play here. French
Could be.
not the fastest runner, but
Yeah, hard hit ground ball. 0-1. And if they can record this out, maybe Estes can't do as much damage, but you figure you give her a couple of runners, kind of limits what the infield can do. Waltrip around second. Well, you still could have a double play, double off a hard hit line drive. Oh, I think in time.
Ooh.
Oh, certainly close. It's hard to get the full perspective from this lofty perch. And now Estes, I would be shocked if she doesn't do something positive here for Hancock County. There's a massive gap right up the middle. Now runners on second and third. Runner second represents the game-ending run.
Yeah, and unfortunately it's Carolina Jones.
Well, they held her that one time.
They did.
Uh-oh. That's chance for...
Oh!
Could have had a double play situation there, but very close. One run does score. And now it's Mosby with a chance to be the walk-off heroine.
Of course, now, well, now you'd like to see your outfield come in. There's one out. The winning run is at third, so you got to come in close enough to home to where if you catch a fly ball, you'll be able to throw her out the plate.
Right.
And we're still playing deep. I'm not sure why.
Right. And if that at that moment too, if you're playing in, run's coming home, and that's it. That is the game with the throw not to home.
That's a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Lady Hornets.
And that does it. That will set up a championship tilt with Meade County the next time we play. And, you know, looking at some positives, had some good bats on the ball tonight. Just that bottom of the third, that 8-run inning that Hancock County put together ended up being the difference. But future is bright for the home team, or vision on the scoreboard.
You know, the Lady Tigers, as we predicted, they weren't going to give up, and still didn't give up to the last out there. But Hancock County just a better team. We knew going into it we'd have to limit the big innings, and we did so for the most part. You know, you out of the 6 innings, you only 3 of them, half of them, you give up 0 runs.
Right.
But that 8 spot, just a team like this, you just can't overcome that. But got to give them a lot of credit. They've got Meade County now, and both of these teams, Meade and Hancock, will have a good chance to win a game or two in the regional tournament. And then once you get, I mean, Davis County is by far the favorite in the 3rd region, has been for a couple of years. But, I mean, these 2 teams are good enough to beat anybody. So, got to tip your cap to them. Avery Drain has played her last game as a Lady Tiger, the lone senior here. Like I said earlier, hate to miss her. Great student athlete, represented her school very well. going to miss her. But
she got a hit in her last
she got
at
a hit,
bat.
got a hard line drive her
Yep.
last at bat. So, yeah, we just gotta get back at it and work hard, and got lots of underclassmen, and middle school program is trending in the right direction. Got a lot of girls playing softball in the county, but just got to continue to work at it and make it a priority, and got one of the best facilities in the whole entire state to come out and play softball.
sure.
So, good effort tonight. Appreciate Tiger Nation coming out. Like I said, biggest crowd of the year, and saw a couple good innings there at the end. Put the bat on the ball, scored some runs, but just the better team won tonight, and that pretty much is what it is. But I appreciate everything you've done for all the sports this year. Of course, we're dwindling down the end of the school year here, but we've kind of gotten spoiled with Breck Live. Not all places have Breck Live, and we've got it, but you and your kids do a good job with it, and it's something that we're very proud of and very
Well, we're
fortunate
glad
to
to be able to do it. It's fun, and we're not done yet. We got tomorrow night or whenever. It's the boys baseball championship. I think that game's still TBD who it's going to be. They're still playing right now.
Correct.
But I might walk over there and watch a little bit of it,
Yep.
and it'll be the home team versus the winner of that one. But for now, as the Lady Tigers end their season tonight, for Jonathan Bennett, this is Rob Garrett. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you at the baseball championship.